Welcome to AI Book Highlights.
Great to be here.
Today we're looking at Brendon Burchard's The Millionaire Messenger. Make a difference and a fortune, sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one.
It really is. It's essentially all about how you, yes, you listening, can build a career, maybe even a business, just by sharing what you know, your advice, your expertise.
Right. Turning your own experiences into a way to help other people and potentially build something quite successful from it.
Exactly. So in this session, we're going to pull out, let's say, 5 key highlights from the book and maybe 3 actionable things you can start thinking about or, even doing right away.
Sounds good. So Burchard's main argument is that your story, your knowledge, it actually holds significant value, often way more than you might think.
That's the core, isn't it? That self-doubt of what do I know?
Exactly. He pushes back hard on that. He says everyone has experiences, knowledge that can genuinely help others succeed.
So it's about sharing the how-to.
Yeah, the how-tos derive from your own successes, maybe research you've done, or just, your life story. That's how you make a difference and potentially build a business.
And these millionaire messengers he talks about, they're not necessarily famous gurus from the start.
Not at all. He says they're often ordinary people. They've just figured out how to package their wisdom effectively.
Into things like books, blogs.
Books, blogs, workshops, online programs, you name it. And the big game changer, he points out, is the internet.
Ah, right. Democratization.
Totally. It's just made creating and sharing content and even monetizing it easier and cheaper than it's ever been before.
Okay, so that's the first big highlight then. Really recognizing the value in your own story and what you've learned. Don't underestimate it.
Absolutely. It's about understanding that you've likely, overcome challenges or gotten results that someone else is currently struggling with.
And people pay for that shortcut, right?
Yeah.
To learn from someone who's been there.
Precisely. They pay for results, for shortening that learning curve. Your perspective is valuable.
Okay, moving on. Highlight number 2 gets into the lifestyle and the characteristics of being this kind of expert.
Yeah, what it actually looks like. It's definitely not a typical 9 to 5.
No.
He says experts focus on really connecting, relating with their audience, building trust, understanding what they need.
So it's relational, not just transactional.
Very much so. And then creating content that's genuinely valuable, that helps people improve their lives or their businesses in some tangible way.
And the flexibility aspect. He mentioned starting small.
Right. He talks about starting with just a laptop and a dream, basically. You can often work when and where you want. It's an industry built on passion, knowledge, and that ability to connect and deliver value.
He also brings up collaboration, which I found interesting. Experts aren't always lone wolves.
No, definitely not. He gives the Tony Robbins example. Collaborations are common. People are generally open to sharing their message. It helps everyone reach more people.
And the pay structure? Based on value, not hours. That's a big mindset shift.
It is. His own story of going from, $200 an hour to $5,000 an hour for coaching?
Yeah.
It wasn't just about time. It was about the impact he could deliver.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you don't need a giant corporation behind you.
Nope. He mentions Mark Victor Hansen and the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, famously lean team, massive impact.
And the tools make it easier now too, right?
Oh, completely. WordPress, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal. All these platforms have drastically lowered the barrier to entry. Anyone can essentially set up shop online.
Which leads to the potential income he talks about, which can apparently surpass traditional jobs quite quickly sometimes.
Yeah, he shares his own experience of pretty rapid income generation, but he's also honest about the initial discomfort some people feel.
Discomfort, how so?
Mixing meaning and money, feeling weird about charging for helping people, especially if you grew up with certain views about wealth. He reflects on that.
Okay, that's relatable.
Yeah.
So highlight 3 tackles that big question. How could I possibly be an expert?
Yes, the imposter syndrome, a question. He offers a really helpful 3-part answer, what he calls the guru trifecta.
Guru trifecta. Okay, what's the first part?
The results expert. This is simply recognizing you've come further than some people in certain areas. You've achieved results maybe in motivation, leadership, finance, relationships, whatever.
That you've actually done something.
Exactly. And people pay for those results, those lessons learned. Your journey has value because you've navigated it.
Makes sense. What's the second part?
The research expert. This is key because it means you don't have to have personally lived through everything you teach.
Yeah.
You can become an expert by becoming a dedicated student. researching a topic deeply, synthesizing information, becoming really knowledgeable.
So you can learn your way to expertise.
Absolutely. Experts are students first, he says.
And the third piece of the trifecta
is being a role model. People listen to and buy from people they trust, respect, and admire. Just being a good person, having integrity, that builds influence.
He mentions getting opportunities outside his direct expertise because of that.
Yeah, because people saw him as a trustworthy figure, a role model. So the idea is to consciously work on all three: results, research, and being a role model. That builds lasting trust.
And choosing the right topic is crucial too, he says.
Oh, definitely. Something you're passionate about, ideally connected to your own experiences, like his car accident shaped his focus, and something you're willing to commit to for, like, at least 5 years.
Right. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, highlight 4. Creating your solution and getting it out there.
Yeah, so step 5 in his process is actually creating a product or program. He notes people consume information in different ways.
Reading, hearing, watching.
Reading, hearing, watching, maybe experiencing it live or mastering it over time with guidance. And generally, the further along that spectrum you go, towards mastery.
The higher the perceived value and the price.
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
The key is creating content that offers a clear how-to solution to a specific problem your audience has.
And then you need a place to put it, right? The website.
Step 7, yeah. Having a functional website, he calls it your homepage ATM, designed to capture leads and drive sales. It's your online base.
But you don't just put up a sales page immediately.
No, and this is step 8, and it's super important. Provide free, valuable content first.
Lead with value.
Lead with your best work, he says. Prove your value before you ask for the sale. Give away free articles, videos, share your biggest ideas. That builds trust, demonstrates you know your stuff.
That makes people more comfortable buying later.
Exactly. They've already gotten value, they trust you.
Okay, final highlight, number 5. The Millionaire Messenger's Money Map. This sounds interesting.
It is. It sort of demystifies how experts actually make money, showing you don't need this massive, complex organization.
So what's the model?
The core idea is offering a range of products and services at different price points. Something for everyone, almost.
Could you give examples?
Sure. He talks about like lower priced info products, maybe an audio program for, say, $197. Then maybe a subscription program, like $97 a month for exclusive content.
Okay, so entry-level stuff.
Right. Then mid-tier products, maybe $200 to $999. Then high-tier, like live seminars costing $2,000 or more. And finally, premium coaching, maybe $25,000 a year clients.
Wow, quite a range.
Yeah, and he shows how you don't need thousands of sales at each level. A relatively small number across that range can add up to significant revenue, even hitting that $1 million mark he talks about.
And the value justification is key there, I guess.
Totally. It's not about the cost to create the MP3 file. It's about the results it helps someone get, the time it saves them. That's the real value. And people are always looking for guidance, for motivation. The demand is there.
Okay, that breaks it down really well. Let's shift to the actionable takeaways. Number 1, identify your core message and expertise.
Right. This is the foundation. Take some quiet time. Reflect on your life experiences, your skills, the knowledge you've picked up along the way.
What results have you actually achieved? Even small ones count.
Definitely. And what are you genuinely passionate about? What could you talk about or learn about for hours? Consider the big lessons from struggles and successes.
And then try to pinpoint those topics that really light you up, that you'd commit to.
That's the first step. Know your ground.
Okay, actionable takeaway 2. Start creating valuable content.
Don't wait for perfection. Just start. Begin sharing what you know in a way that feels comfortable.
Writing, speaking, video, audio, whatever works for you.
Yeah, pick your medium. The focus should be on practical how-to stuff. Solve a specific problem. Help someone achieve a specific goal.
And that advice about leading with your best work.
Crucial. Don't be afraid to give away really good ideas for free. It builds your audience, demonstrates your value, establishes that trust we talked about.
It's counterintuitive, but makes sense. Okay, takeaway number 3. Think about your solution.
Yeah, start brainstorming how you could package your knowledge. What form could it take to help people in a more structured way?
Like an ebook outline or a course structure.
Could be a book, an online course, a membership, maybe even a live workshop plan. Don't overthink it initially. Start simple.
Focus on high value for a specific audience.
Exactly. Create something genuinely helpful, learn from the process, and then you can build or refine from there.
Great stuff. Hopefully this overview of The Millionaire Messenger, has sparked some ideas about how you can use your unique experiences.
Yeah, how you can make a difference and maybe build something meaningful and successful for yourself by helping others.
Brendon Burchard's book really does offer a comprehensive roadmap if this path interests you.
It's very practical, step by step in many ways.
So if you're feeling inspired to dive deeper into these strategies, learn more about building that messenger career.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely recommend checking out the book.
For sure.
You can find a link to the Millionaire Messenger down in the description. Thanks so much for joining us on AI Book Highlights.
Thanks, everyone.